Guys, I've been thinking about it a lot, and I'm wondering what we should do for Halloween this year. Like, we could all do a group costume. What are our ideas? Come on.
Let's all go as Mario. Like, all of us go as many different colored Marios.
I want to be a Goomba.
What'd you
like
what?
that.
Can I be
Those
Big
are
Beautiful
silly
Bowser?
There's
Oh,
so many costumes.
I've got a great idea. How about we all dress up as Among Us?
What? Good evening, children, and welcome to Team Code Green on air. Today, our theme is Halloween, because we're getting into the spooky season, and we're pretty spooky. My name's Bluebarin, the superior Tangerine, and today I'm joined with my good enemies, Mx Codegreen.
Enemies
We got
to lovers arc.
Huh?
We got Mx Codegreen.
Did you guys say to lovers?
No.
Okay.
And we got PunchHero,
Yeah! Hi.
our little skrunkly.
Little scrimbo. Scrimply do.
We're gonna be talking about
Swim
Halloween today because we're feeling spooky.
Ooh.
So,
Yep.
yeah, I think we all like Halloween. Pretty good
I think
holiday.
so.
Yeah.
Pretty good holiday.
There's a few Halloween fans here.
Yeah.
I think we should just go in and let's ask everyone, hey, what's your favorite thing about Halloween? I'm curious. Mx Codegreen, would you like to begin?
Of course I would. My favorite thing about Halloween is that it happens like 2 weeks after my birthday, which makes October the best month. I also like it because it's spooky and I like the decorations and I get to wear costumes. And sometimes, just as a treat, I have a little candy.
Ooh, as a treat.
That's all I gotta say. I'm a big fan of Halloween. It's like Christmas, but if it was in fall and Santa wasn't there and there were no gifts and instead you took candy. And you dressed up.
Yeah, exactly like Christmas.
Yeah.
It's like Among Us.
Hey, yeah.
Among Us.
I'm not as huge of a Halloween fan as other people here though, so I think we gotta give the mic to the real Halloween fans.
Mx Codegreen.
Yes. I love Halloween so much. I love literally everything about Halloween. Halloween is just really cool. I like spooky. I actually don't like being scared though. It scares me, so I don't like it. And yeah, I think Halloween is really cool. I kind of identify with like the pagan religion. I don't really know like 100% though, but I do like to follow the wheel of the year and the holiday Samhain is on Halloween, and I always think that's really cool. So yeah, I like to do stuff for that sometimes.
Excellent.
Cool.
PunchHero.
I like Halloween because I like seeing people dress up as all these weird and wacky characters.
Like you.
Funny
Yeah.
little creature. Very nice. I like Halloween because it's Halloween, and I like everything about Halloween, like how it's an excuse to cosplay and not get bullied, and I like that it's Black Cat Appreciation Month.
Yeah.
They're the best. But
I have a black
most
cat.
importantly, I like Halloween because it's the time where everything is just so happens to be decorated with my 3 favorite colors, which are orange, green, and purple. So win-win.
Whoa. Don't you mean Tangerine's favorite colors?
That's true. I
Yeah.
hate them.
That's what I thought.
I like blue and red and yellow.
Primary colors.
Gross.
Ew.
I mean, pretty.
Yeah. Caught you slipping there.
Anyways, we all like dressing up for Halloween. Dee Dee likes
Yes.
watching people dress up for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I'm kidding.
Why don't we why doesn't everyone go in and talk about their favorite costumes that we've had?
I think Jill and PP should start us off.
I can start. So, my favorite costume. Okay. Well, there was one year when I was really little, I went as Scooby-Doo. Like, nobody else in the gang, it was just me as Scooby-Doo. That wasn't my favorite. I honestly don't know if
Hold
I
up.
have a favorite.
Hold up.
But I remember in grade 9, I went as Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas, and I
I
dressed up
remember
like
that!
I dressed up like that to go to school, and, like, I had, like, a wig on and everything. Like, I didn't do the makeup 'cause I can't. And one of my friends was supposed to go as Jack Skellington, and we were gonna do, like, a cute little, like, friend couple costume thing. She fucking didn't. She didn't.
Bruh.
So I was like,
Damn.
"How could you do this to me?" I was so upset.
Not cool.
No. Um, and then yeah, I don't remember many of my other costumes. One year I went as Hermione because I had the robe and I just wet my hair because my hair is really curly, so I just wet my hair. Well, Mrs. Codegreen's hair is very curly. So I had let it like I had wet it and then I let it dry and frizz up. So it worked pretty well actually.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really have a favorite costume. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the one that I'm gonna be doing this year though. That'll be fun.
And
Poison
what
ivy.
might that be?
Poison ivy.
You need a Harley Quinn to go with you?
Perhaps.
Okay, I'm sure
I'm the
Aaron will do
gopher.
it. What?
What?
Oh my gosh, I just got an email from Spirit Halloween. That's kind of funny. Coincidence.
Yo.
Pretty funny.
Coincidency.
Okay,
Sorry.
Dee, tell us about your favorite costumes now.
Well, I think my favorite costume had to be and we're going back, aren't we? Had to be when I was in grade 7 where I dressed up as the Queen of Diamonds, I guess. It was
Ooh.
a costume I got from like Value Village. It was really good, and then I like went out like basically alone because I didn't have any friends at the time. Um and I had a pretty good night, other than a couple people making fun of me, but I had a pretty good night.
Bruh.
Yeah, they're like, "Are you the
Good.
queen of ham?" And I'm like, "You sound stupid, you know that, right?" And they're like, "No, I don't." I'm like, "Yeah, sure."
No.
No way,
Yeah.
Jose.
What about you two, Leif and Aaron?
Well, funny as it is, Aaron and I have actually had one or two costumes that matched in the past without us even knowing. Isn't that right, Aaron?
That's true, and it appears as
Mm-hmm.
though Jillian was also secretly in the party.
Mm-hmm.
Rise up.
Me and Aaron were both Scooby-Doo too.
Yeah.
Ew.
That's right. When I was like 6 or 7, 2 years in a row, I went to Scooby-Dooby-Doo in my little Scooby onesie and my big Scooby slippers.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was also the onesie, and I don't remember what year it was, but I think I was no, I was definitely like 5 to 7, but
I
I
think that's
I
how old
got
I
the
was
whole
too.
gang. I got the whole gang because my dad went as Shaggy and my mom went as Velma.
That's true. We have photo evidence of that, don't
That's so
we?
cute.
We do.
I had the onesie as well, and I think I went from when I was like maybe anywhere from 4 to 7. And then I
Right
wanted to
on.
wear it again one year, but it was too small for me, so my mom was like, "Okay, we're giving it away to your friend," and I was like, "No."
Oh,
I was really
No.
sad, but I couldn't wear it
Um,
anymore.
my
And
favorite part about the Scooby-Doo, about wearing the Scooby-Doo onesie for Halloween was because it was a onesie, it was so warm, so it was like
yeah.
the first year that my mom didn't make me wear a winter coat over my costume and people actually could see what it was.
Oh, you got to
yeah,
wear it over your costume? I would always wear it under, so I was like it was weird.
Yeah, I do
yeah.
that
There were sometimes that I
sometimes and
wore
then
it
it would look all puffy and awful.
yeah. Like, there were some years I was lucky I could wear it over, but then others I had to wear it under.
That's how it is. Um,
Yeah.
well, Actually, if I can say one of my best costumes ever also ties into another one of Aaron's, because I think, as I
Okay.
said, my family, we never bought costumes. That Scooby one was the only costume that we ever got that wasn't made by us. One year, my grandpa made me a Ben 10 Alien Force jacket. One year, I put together a Finn the Human costume, and I had to wear a big shirt underneath. But one year, when I was really into Doctor Who, many years back, like 5 or 6 years ago, my grandpa made me the TARDIS from Doctor Who as a costume. And I kid you not, he got a massive cardboard box and he painted it blue. He printed out all the little, and I went as the TARDIS from Doctor Who, which was it was my favorite costume ever. And then the next day he destroyed it, and I was very sad. But it was
What?
very fun. Yeah, I was very sad. He wanted to recycle the cardboard, so we ripped it up. But it was
What?
great
No.
costume. The only downside was that because it was a big box, my hands were coming out the sides, not my arms, so I couldn't actually grab anything in front of me, so it was hard to put candy in my bag.
Oh
But
no.
it's alright. It's alright. I may do. It just so happens, though, that while that year I was the TARDIS from Doctor Who, a certain somebody else may have had a costume that would have gone quite well.
Yeah, we had this revelation a few weeks ago, and we realized that we appeared to have been obsessed with Doctor Who around the same time, coincidentally, because the same year that Leaf went as the TARDIS for Halloween, I went as the 11th Doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and it was pretty drippy. I had the fez, I had the screwdriver.
Yeah.
Yo.
Pretty.
I still have one sonic screwdriver left.
I think I have mine somewhere still, but I'm pretty sure it's broken. It doesn't
Yeah,
go boing anymore.
that's unfortunate, but it'll get better.
Wait, I have a
Yeah.
question for everyone. So
Okay.
Yeah.
this isn't something that we had discussed before, but I'm gonna ask it anyways. What is the craziest costume that you've ever seen, like somebody you know wearing, or just like while you were out trick or treating? What is the craziest costume that you saw?
Okay. Can I share the first thing that came to mind?
Yes.
This isn't even crazy. It just seemed horrific to me at the time. But one year when I was much younger, on my street, I got to the last house on my street and I looked across the road, and there was a group of like 7 teenage girls all wearing cow costumes with like a massive udders, and it was kind of scary.
Oh, huh.
I can't remember any like insane. One year, one year, Emma and I went trick or treating together, and we are like, let's have a matching costume because we're both into anime. So let's find anime characters that we can dress up as. And then for some reason, we were like, let's dress up as Hikaru and Karu, the twins from Oran High School Host Club. You know,
Right.
the incest ones.
Oh my
No!
god.
No!
And we couldn't find any like normal orange wigs when we were dressing up, so we just bought these white wigs, and then we took orange hairspray, and they were like neon orange.
Oh
Oh
my gosh.
It was pretty good. One year, I was very happy because it was like just around the time that my brother was like slowly starting to not dress up anymore, and I was like, I've never done a group costume with my brother, so I want to. And this was in grade 6 or 7, I think, and he went as Ash, and I went as Pikachu.
Aw.
no.
Aw.
And I had the Pikachu hoodie and the yellow pants and socks and everything, and then at the beginning I painted my face yellow, but then I got embarrassed because I didn't like the look of it, so I wiped it off. Yeah.
The craziest costume, well, I guess the craziest one that I can remember. I have a few. I have a few stories. One was when I was going trick or treating with my neighborhood friends when I was younger. One of them showed up. He was dressed, and I mentioned this in the last time we tried to do this one. He came as a traffic light,
Let's
Yeah.
go.
like a fully functioning traffic light. Like you could press the red button and it would glow red. There was one year my brother went as the headless horseman,
Right
which
on.
that was
Yo.
pretty neat. but also a little bit like, whoa, okay. And he also went as a dragon one year.
Yo.
Yeah.
Ooh, 1 year, I never actually saw the costume, but I remember 1 year, one of my mom's friends, he had 2 kids. One was really young and one was, I want to say like 11. And he decided that for his costume, he wanted to do something scary. So he had like a big black robe, and then he had one of those like black morph suit type things that cover the face that basically just like black out your face completely. But they had like wired it to give him like 2 red glowing eyes.
Oh
So it
my
was
goodness.
horrifying. And then I remember her telling me that one night, when they were trick-or-treating, he was like getting his candy, and then there was this little like 3-year-old boy walking up who was dressed as Superman, and then this kid turned around and looked at him, and the little kid just got so scared that he like jumped into a bush.
Oh my god.
Oh my lordy lord.
Yeah.
Actually,
It's
you
so
mentioning
cool.
you mentioning the morph suit reminds me of one that I saw at
Oh boy.
our former place of education, if you will. Um, I'm sure you guys will know who I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say his
Is it?
name. Yeah, but you can't say his
You
name.
can. No, I know you can play.
It can be bleeped out.
I know. I just
Yeah,
didn't want Ryan to have to do extra editing. Okay, fine. This one kid from our
I
school,
do.
a very funny guy. One day at school, before I knew him well, he came to school wearing a morph suit, and I was like, huh, what a funny, peculiar lad wearing a morph suit to school. Good Halloween costume. And then later on that day, I was in class and I went to go get some water, and then he was huddled up with a big group of people, and then his fist shoots out, and he's like, "Hey, man!" And then I gave him a fist bump, and I kept walking. It was a pretty interesting interaction. But yeah, that's all.
Yo.
That just made me think of that because I was like, sweet, the morph suit kid wanted a fist bump from me.
Yeah, that's all right.
Stop saying his name.
No.
My funny sighting was like I think grade 5 or 6. I was out trick or treating with a couple of my friends, and this whole like big ass group of like kids at that time, like teenagers, were walking around as like the whole, like pretty much the whole entire main cast of Adventure Time, like Finn, Jake,
Oh,
Princess
what?
Bubblegum, Marceline, and the Ice King, and I was like, I want to like say your costumes were so cool, but like I didn't have the guts to, so I just
Oh,
watched them and stalked them until I couldn't see them anymore.
okay. All right. Good to know to
I we
avoid you on Halloween.
Okay, we talked about we've
Among
discussed
Us.
our best costumes. We did talk about Among Us, but I'm very curious to know what was your like most disappointing costume? Like a costume that you just like
Ooh,
you made or bought and then you just like ended up not liking it at all.
that's a good question.
Ooh, I
Ooh,
have an answer.
okay.
Ooh, go
Okay.
ahead.
So mine, I bought it right when like the first Maleficent movie came out. So of course
Okay.
I bought the
Oh.
costume because I liked the movie and I thought she was really cool. I didn't wear it because I ended up not liking it and I just went as something
Oh,
else. And I literally never wore it.
Yo,
Yeah, that was my
dang.
I had a,
disappointing costume.
I had a few like that. My most disappointing one though was I was actually really proud of the costume because I went as Katniss one year from Hunger Games. I think it was grade 7 or 8. I think it was grade 8. Because I was super into Hunger Games, so I decided to go as Katniss, and I was really proud of it and really liked the costume. And I had the coat and the bow and arrows, and I
Yeah.
braided my hair, and I had the Mockingjay pin and everything. But then I ended up just being like really disappointed through the night because no one knew who I was. And then
No.
Aww.
every single house I went to, I was in a group. I can't remember who I was trick or treating with, but I was in a group of people. And I remember like going to every house, and then they'd be all excited and like pointing out my friends' costumes. And then they either would just ask me who I was because they didn't know, or they'd be like, "Oh, are you Robin Hood?"
That's the worst
No,
feeling
so
ever when they don't know
disappointed.
your costume.
I was so disappointed.
Dang, that is rough.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
That happened to me when I went to Ben 10. No one would ever know. And then my friends would be there as like Harry Potter, and they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, Harry Potter!" I'd be like, "Screw you, Harry Potter.
Yeah, I
You're
remember
so
one of my
dumb."
friends was I think went as Luke Skywalker, and like everyone knew who he was.
Yeah,
And I was just there.
it's not my fault. These people aren't educated.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sorry, I'm
you.
interrupting the podcast with a yawn.
Oh, that's okay. We'll keep that in. Dee Dee, what was your most disappointing costume?
Well, to me it was disappointing. Everybody else kind of actually liked it, but like, okay, context. I was like just having like kind of like a bad day overall on that Halloween. So I decided like but I still wanted to go out. Yeah. So I got like just like a lot of random like old-timey looking clothing I had back then, put some on, and I had like some old expired like face paint, and I just like did a whole bunch of random stuff to my face and went out like that because like, Halloween on a budget. Um and apparently I scared a lot of people by like actually making them scream, and me having like a weird like fear of people screaming, it
Oh
scared me
no!
too. They'd
Oh
like come to the door and they'd
no!
be like, ah, and I'd be like, ah. So, and they're like, wow, your costume's really scary. And I'm like, I didn't think it was, but thank you.
Oh
I
my
actually
goodness!
I even ended up scaring people's pets too, like dogs that would come to the door.
Not the
No.
dogs. Okay, Dee Dee,
What
two
the
parts of what you
dog
said.
doing?
I just remembered two very different Halloween stories. Um, Dee Dee, you mentioned like dressing up in old-timey clothes that you just found, and that reminded me of a couple years ago when uh, a friend of mine was having like a little Halloween party, and we had the entry fee was wearing a costume. So I was like, okay, I gotta come up with a costume quickly. And so then my grandma goes, here, wear my father's old Russian hat and stuff. And I was like, um, okay. So then I went as a Russian, basically. Um, I had also, but at the time, I had also just gotten my favorite hoodie, which was merch from my favorite YouTuber that same night. So I wore that underneath, and then once I got there, I took off the Russian stuff because it was so warm, and also a very odd costume. Does someone else want to go? Because I have another one if no one else does.
Go for it.
You can go, but I have a question for everyone after.
Okay. So Dee Dee's part of just scaring everyone she saw reminded reminds me of one particular house on my street, and he's just a dude, and for no reason at all, he likes to take Halloween up 700 notches just to torture the little kids and keep all the candy to himself. And the way he does this is he takes advantage of his placement, because his house, unlike all the others, where it's just like 2 steps to the door, you got to go up a long stretch of stairs. He would go crazy with the decorations, all sorts of creepy things like zombie clowns hiding in the bushes, which, for one, if you don't like clowns, very scary. And then he has 2 doors. He's like a front door and like a little screen door in front. Once you got up to his door, you ring his doorbell, and then from inside you see flashing lights and a bunch of screaming noises, and the inner door opens ever so slightly, creeps open, and there he is, my neighbor, with this creepy mask. Then he reaches out his hand and he points. And if you were younger than 7 years old, it is the scariest thing ever. For absolute years, I could never get candy. I was way too scared of him. I would run away, and my brother would be like, yeah. My brother would go up and get candy, and I was like, dang it. And the next day, my neighbor would be talking to my grandpa, like, hey, how come we didn't get any candy? And I'd just be sitting there like, oh, Jim, you got me. Not next year. Eventually, I did. I got over my fear, and now I'm so much cooler than that. So, yeah, that's all. Just his house was the scariest, and few kids ever succeeded. So, someone else can talk now.
Okay, I have a question for everyone. So, for
Yes.
everyone that has pets, have you ever dressed them up as anything? And if you have, what have you dressed them up as?
Yes. I dress my pets up every single year. There was one year where we brought my dog Toby to school and we dressed him as a sushi. and brought him to see everyone.
Yes.
He was a little sushi. Last year, Arya and Toby, my two dogs, went as Beauty and the Beast.
Aw.
Toby went as a dragon one year.
Aw.
We always our pizza. One time, my old cat Kit was a pumpkin,
Little
and
pumpkin man.
it doesn't fit him anymore because he's too fat. But my cat Spike always wore a Spider-Man shirt that he actually loved wearing for some reason, and he would go.
Aw. And you're dressing the ferrets up this year, aren't you?
I am. I haven't decided on what they're gonna be yet, but they're getting dressed up.
We'll let our viewers decide. But just kidding, because it'll be too late by then.
That's true.
Has anyone else ever
I'll
dressed up
figure
their
it out.
pets?
I'll post.
I have not, because most of my cats that I've ever had way too squeamish. Shadow's a black cat, so she's just always in the Halloween spirit. But when I had dogs, no, we never bothered dressing up because my family, we never went too crazy for Halloween. We'd put up some funny little gargoyles and some caution tape around the thorn bushes, and that was it.
Aw.
Yeah.
We were
I
always
mean,
trying to put my dog Maggie, but she doesn't totally like costumes. There were a couple years where she let us put a pumpkin costume on her. And that was
Aw.
we tried to dress her up as Batman one year, or as we called her, Bat Dog, but she didn't like that one, so we had
Aw.
to take it off. But she has a little, like, Velcro witch hat, and the last time we put it on her, which was a couple months ago when we realized we still had it, she seemed to be okay with it, so I think we're gonna try that this year.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
That's so cute. Maggie's such a cute.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have
What about you, Dee Dee?
I don't have a particular dressing up my pet for Halloween story, but we did for Christmas once, so that was pretty cool. But we might be getting our Halloween costume this year. Yeah.
Yay!
Let's go.
Now I have a question for you guys, because we can't just leave all the questions to Jill over here.
Yeah, we can.
What was your best trick-or-treating experience?
Oh, good question. All right, who
Wait,
wants to go first?
what was the question? What was our first trick-or-treating experience?
No, what was your
Best.
best?
Okay, best, okay, best. Okay, I gotta think about this.
Do you guys want me to go first?
Go
If you've
for
got
it.
one in mind, go for it.
Alright, this one's kind of sad, but also pretty cool too. So, one house that I went to, I can't remember which Halloween it was exactly, because I don't have good memory. This one house I went to, a cute little old lady opened the door, and she was like, "Hey, I don't have any candy because, like, I'm getting too old and I'm dying of cancer, so I'm giving out money." And I was like, "Sorry, you're dying." And she's like, "No, it's fine." And she's like, "Well, you're like the last person that's like coming to my house tonight before I close my doors." So I ended up like getting $20.
What
Yo,
the hell?
What?
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I honestly I think that was in grade 4. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Like when I don't know. I'm really bad with ages. Like I just say grade 4 and assume everybody knows.
Yeah. No, we definitely knew you that time. Yeah.
Totally.
For
Sorry.
reference to you at home, we did not know her.
Yeah. Y'all like met
I
me like
remember.
just last year.
Hmm.
I remember. There was one year that I was trick or treating, and there was this one house that they were like two dentists that lived there, so they would never give out candy. They'd give out like toothpaste.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
And I was like, oh, I gotta go to the dentist's house. But then I was actually really excited because I went up to it and they gave me, instead of giving me a toothpaste like they usually do, they gave me a little toothbrush and a pack of Welch's fruit snacks and a whole
Yo,
coloring book.
let's
Yo.
go.
A coloring book.
Yeah.
I was
That's
hyped.
awesome. Okay, that actually, I think I've got a question for after this,
Boy.
but Jill, you can go ahead and do yours next.
I don't really think I have a best trick-or-treating experience because, like, it would always be me, my mom, and my brother until it would be me and my mom and this girl that I used to be friends with, but ugh. Anyway, so it would just be the 3 of us, and I never really had any, like, group trick-or-treating experiences. Like,
Mhm.
the only time I ever went as a group was in grade 9, and yeah, I think that was the last time I went trick-or-treating, actually, but that was also,
Wow.
like, the first time I've ever went as, like, a big group to go trick-or-treating, or at least I can remember. So,
Hmm.
yeah, it was always either, like, me and my family or me and just, like, this one friend. So, yeah.
Huh.
I mean, there were
Oh
still,
my
like, good
god.
experiences, but no, like, none of them stick out in my mind as the best. So,
I
yeah.
I thought of one.
Ooh.
Do
Ooh.
you think Flint's gonna kill me if I tell this story?
No, they're
Yeah,
not here, so
probably.
they don't get to.
Okay, so one Halloween, um, I remember having like it was I want to say grade 6, and I wasn't yeah, because okay, it was actually the year I went as Doctor Who, and I wasn't planning on going trick or treating that night, but
Huh.
after we had our like annual Halloween dance at my elementary school, I discovered that Clint was in town
Ah.
and was hanging out with one of our old friends, and they were going trick or treating together. And I was like, "Oh my god, I want to come join," because if you didn't know, we were dating at the time.
Mm-hmm. Little childhood
But
romance.
yeah, it wasn't like actual dating because they went to a different school and we never talked ever except for occasionally on Facebook Messenger. But I
You
remember
don't know them. They go to a different school, but I promise it's real.
I remember we went out trick or treating for like a few hours and we were hanging out at the park after and stuff. And then after our other friend went home and we were just hanging out and we were like, so I haven't seen you in a while. And then we were talking and then we were like, what if we became Facebook official?
You didn't say that. You did not say that.
We did. We did.
Oh my god.
I was like like we've been dating for a while. Maybe we should update our statuses to match. And they were like, "Yeah, that'd be good." So then
Oh
I
my
went home last
god.
night all excited and my mom was like, "Oh, did you have fun?" And I was like, "Yeah, we just hung out." And then I went onto my laptop and immediately or no, it would have been my family computer at the time. And I immediately changed my Facebook status to say dating.
That's so funny. I don't know what's funnier, the fact that you guys made yourself a couple on Facebook or the fact that you had Facebook.
Yeah.
I think my
I
favorite
was
part is when you like ask, "Can we be Facebook official?"
Yeah, that gives the same vibes as, hey, do you want to hug at the tree after school?
yeah. I got Facebook at a very early age. I got Facebook when I was like 8, and the only reason I had it was because I begged my mom to get it for me because I would always use her account to talk to my aunt on Facebook Messenger, and she finally
Oh, okay.
decided like, "Okay, I'm going to get you Facebook, but I want you to only use it to message people." And I did for a few years.
Oh, okay. I believe you.
Yeah. And then I became Facebook official with Gwen TCR.
That's so cute. PCR.
Yeah. I teased
Cut the
what?
cameras. Wait, so am I the only one left to share the best Halloween?
I believe
Yes.
so.
Okay. Well, I don't remember all my Halloweens, but the one that stands out the most to me was the last time I went trick-or-treating, which was also in grade 9. And I went out with a few of my friends, and it was actually a fellow member of TCG, Thomas. I was me, Thomas, and a couple of our other friends, and I went as Mike Stranger Things because
Yo.
Thomas and I both had a huge crush on Finn Wolfhard. So I got black spray paint, not spray paint, hairspray, very different things, and gave myself black hair. And then I wore my grandpa's big jacket that looked vaguely like Mike's jacket, and we went around the neighborhood, and it was pretty all right actually. Hardly anyone knew who I was. One house was like not gonna give me candy because like you're not even wearing a costume, and all my friends would be like, no, no, that's not their natural hair color. Their natural hair is blonde. So I got candy. Um,
Oh,
but yeah. Oh,
in grade, what was it? I guess it was grade 11. TBD and I went as Robin and Steve from Stranger
oh my
Things
God, I
because we
remember
both have
that.
a crush
I
on
remember that.
Steve.
That I do remember those costumes vividly. In fact, I think I actually have the footage of you guys walking into the classroom that day.
Oh my God! Oh, you have to find it.
I don't. I might have lost it, honestly.
And I remember it was like very awkward because it was when I still took the bus to school,
Oh
and
yeah.
I was the only person on my bus wearing a costume, and I went all out because I had the Scoops Ahoy uniform, but I also was wearing a wig,
Oh yeah, that's right.
and I was just they kept staring at me, and it was very awkward, and I was uncomfortable. But then I got to
That's okay.
school, and I saw my
Yeah,
boy.
the boy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it was pretty good.
sounds pretty good. Yeah, those were pretty good costumes.
Yeah, they were.
Right, but so on that night when I was Mike, uh, like I said, like Stranger Things was at its like height of popularity, but still not everyone knew what it was. But this one night, this was like the first time I'd ever gone trick or treating in somebody else's neighborhood, and it just so happened that also in this neighborhood there were two kids, and I was like, oh my god, oh my gosh, and so I we all took a selfie together, and it was pretty swaggy. Also got lots of
Oh,
candies. That was cool too. Nothing else really relevant happened. It was just cool seeing other people with similar costumes from the same show. The one house that is very much lived in by white people who love holidays, and the father of the household dressed up as Pennywise and was on the roof dancing.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's
and I was kind of
great.
bummed out
ew.
because I didn't get to see him while he was doing that all night. I only saw him on my way back, but it was still a pretty good Halloween. Anyway, that's all I got.
My cat's yelling at me.
What's
Sorry.
next? Oh, I think I remember the question that I had because you guys were just talking about like getting like really good stuff. What were the weirdest things you guys ever got when trick or treating? Because there were a few odd objects that we got.
2 cans of Pepsi.
2 cans of Pepsi.
Straight
Okay.
up 2 cans of Pepsi. They're from my breast from the frick,
If
from my
they
bus
were from your
driver, and he
breast.
was cool. No, wait, first of all, I said brus. I said brus, but that was a
Okay.
mistake. They were from my
Okay.
bus driver, and he was really cool because he didn't care that I was always late every single morning.
Nice.
So
Yo,
yeah.
Sam.
Yo.
I know there was some weird thing I got, but I can't remember what it was now.
Do you ever get Play-Doh?
I did get Play-Doh a few
Mhm.
times.
Me too. There was a house just a couple streets down that would always give out little things of Play-Doh.
Oh, that's pretty nice. I got a Barbie one.
You got a Barbie?
I did. It was like one of the little Barbies.
Let's go.
And I was like, this isn't a Littlest Pet Shop. I hate this.
Tell me you didn't.
Stop yelling at me.
Hey,
My
fine.
cat's. I'm sorry. Spike's like just screaming at me. What do you
Oh,
want?
he wants to be in the podcast.
He's sad because he can't fit into a Spider-Man shirt anymore. I
Oh,
know. No, buddy. I'm sorry. You're too fat.
oh, poor guy.
He needs to go on a diet.
Okay,
Stop.
who's next?
Me, I guess. I remember
Okay.
like very, very vaguely of going to this one house that was like not just like giving out like candy, but like they had a little mini game that kids could do. I don't remember what the mini game was, but you could win jump ropes.
Ooh,
Oh.
I didn't end up winning a jump rope because like I'm bad at stuff, but like I saw a lot of other kids win jump ropes and that was pretty cool.
that is pretty cool.
Stop yell! He's like clawing at my leg now.
Ask him not to.
Bro, what do you want?
I have a question for everyone.
Okay.
What is everyone's favorite Halloween movie?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Die Hard.
I like
No.
Yeah,
say
Die
Iron
Hard.
Man. Oh, Die Hard.
I was gonna ask if it has to be like specifically Halloween themed movies, or can it just be like horror?
Both are fine.
Horror's
Either
fine.
one.
I don't remember the exact name of the movie, but I remember like growing up, my favorite like horror movie to watch on Halloween was like, I think it wasn't Inception, I don't think, but it was like that one where like
Insidious.
yeah, I think that's it. Where the person had like, or the little girl like went through like the closet and like entered this whole like spirit realm or whatever. I don't remember what one that is. I might search it up on my phone.
That makes me think of Coraline, but also not.
Coraline's actually just like my favorite movie in general, though. I have like a shirt in like both of the books. Graphic novel and just a normal one.
My favorite Halloween movie is The Corpse.
Oh, I love
I really like Hocus Pocus. Also, Pocus
Yeah.
is a core. I have a question.
that.
Did anyone ever used to watch the Dora Halloween movie?
No.
Because I was
What?
obsessed with it.
What?
I didn't know that
It
was
was
a thing.
called It was called Dora's Halloween, and I don't remember anything about it. I just remember there was a pumpkin patch, and I'm pretty sure there was also a witch.
Oh,
Wait,
Yeah.
do y'all remember the Grinch Halloween movie?
the Grinch
Wait,
Halloween?
which one?
No.
Halloween is Grinch Night. That's what it's called.
No,
It's
I don't think so.
literally
I never heard of it.
It's literally a fever dream. It's only like, how long is it? It's only like half an hour. It is quite literally a fever dream. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Don't know it.
So there's this little boy named Euchariah. He goes out in the middle of the storm. He meets the Grinch, and then the Grinch like
What the hell?
sees all like weird hallucinations.
I don't. What?
Yeah, no, it's so crazy. It's only 25 minutes long. Everybody should watch it when we're done with this.
Can we count Hotel Transylvania as a Halloween movie? Because that
Yeah.
movie
Yeah.
slams.
What else would you consider?
An Adam Sandler movie.
Okay, well, don't.
Okay.
Wait, Leaf, what's your favorite Halloween movie?
My favorite. Does Monsters vs. Aliens count? Or specifically the Monsters vs. Aliens Halloween special? Because
Yes.
I was obsessed
love
With
it.
Seth Rogen.
yes, with Seth Rogen.
I used to be
love
obsessed with that movie. And Paul Rudd.
Paul
Yeah.
Rudd's in it? Who does he play?
Yeah, Paul Rudd. Paul
plays
Rudd
the,
in Monsters
he plays
vs.
the
Alien
husband.
is the fiance.
Derek?
plays
No, not Derek.
Castle.
Yeah.
Derek.
Yeah, Paul Rudd is
Yeah.
Derek.
He plays
Yeah.
Derek. I used to hate Derek. Well, I think
Yeah.
I like Derek.
Yeah, Derek
Now-
sucks.
Now I
I
hate
like
him less.
the-
Now I know he's voiced by Paul Rudd.
Yeah, exactly.
I like Paul the Stud.
I liked the
Yeah.
giant woman. I don't remember her name though.
Yeah,
Wait,
I loved that movie so much.
all I remember is that her name is Gigantica, but I can't
It's
remember.
Ginormica, you heathen.
Ginormica. I'm so sorry.
Wait,
You
but like, what's
literally
her
should be.
normal name though?
I can't remember her real. I literally watched this movie like a month ago.
Her name is Susan. Just kidding, I'm not actually
Oh,
sure.
you're right.
Oh.
Oh, wait,
Actually-
Lee. I'm guessing you used to watch Monsters vs. Aliens a lot.
I did. A
Did
lot.
you also, when you were a kid and you watched it, used to be scared of the part where they're like in the city and the big robot is like coming around the corners, like
Yeah, that thing was
lurking?
terrifying.
Like scared the shit out of me as a kid.
The scariest part of the movie is when the aliens come to Earth and the president's like, don't invade us, and then he does the disco. That part gave me nightmares.
And he goes
That was
down,
so
down,
weird.
down, 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 down.
Dr. Cockroach doing the dance.
What about the
Dr.
cockroach?
Chalk.
Do
Don't.
y'all remember at the end when Dr. Cockroach did that dance on like the disco floor? It was like Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the best part.
Wait, do you guys remember the part where the missing link and Bob the Blob made out?
No.
Shut
Yeah.
up.
Okay.
Remember that part where Seth Rogen Bob was in love with the Jello, and then he ate the Jello.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Wait, do you
cool.
remember when they were trapped in that like building, like the jail basically? And then Bob was like, "Well, we can escape. The Invisible Man did it." And then Link was
Yeah,
like, "Oh, he
he's
died.
been
I just didn't
dead
want
for
to tell you.
years.
He's still on that chair." It was so funny.
That's
That's such a good movie.
It's so
Yeah.
good.
that's with it. We
It's
my
up there with Megamind, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Now
Mega
that's impressive.
Mind.
So I need to share this. One more thought about Monsters versus Aliens.
What?
Oh no, I just have one last thing about Monsters versus Aliens.
Okay, go for it.
So my family, I would watch it a lot on car trips, especially, and I would always just be so fixated on it. That's all I could think about. So my family would play card games where like somebody says a word, and then the next person has to say a word that starts with the last letter of the previous word. And so
Yeah.
whenever I was given a word that started with D, I would go Derek, like from Monsters versus Aliens. That's all. I just needed to share that.
That's so funny.
Derek.
Derek.
I'm gonna get back on topic. I think that my favorite Halloween movie it's not really a Halloween movie because it doesn't take place around Halloween, but it's a witch movie. It's Practical Magic.
Oh, that's a good one.
I love Practical Magic. Sometimes sometimes I think that my mom named me after the character, Jillian.
I like Beetlejuice.
Yo,
Beetlejuice.
My favorite
that's
drink.
good.
That
Wait,
Sorry.
oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Anyways, did you ever watch? I can't remember what it was called now. But there was a movie they used to play on Disney Channel all the time about a girl who was a monster hunter, and
No.
I can't remember what it's called now. Jillian, do you know what I'm talking about?
I vaguely know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the movie.
Oh, it was called Girl versus Monster.
Hang on. Let me look it up to see if I've ever
It
seen
was
it.
Girl versus Monster, and it was about how like this girl finds out that it was Olivia Holt, and she finds out that her like parents are secretly monster hunters, and then she has to go and kill the monster, and it was good.
Oh, I watched that. I watched that recently. I had never seen it before, and honestly, I'm sorry, but I didn't think it was that good.
What movie?
No, that's fair. I watched it when I was like 8, and I haven't watched it since, so it probably sucks ass. But
Yeah, it was Girl vs. Monster Hunter, I think.
yeah,
We watched the scary one about the lady who was tied up, and we also watched The Babysitter.
Oh my god, we watched
the Bella Thorne
Game.
one.
But yeah, we watched Gerald's Game, and that one the premise is kind of funny, but like it was a little bit creepy.
It was scary.
Is the babysitter the one with Bella Thorne?
Yeah.
That's the babysitter. Yeah.
I
don't remember-
hated them.
I don't
so
remember
much.
that movie. I might have talked about that movie in the horror movie episode, but I don't remember. That was years ago.
We
Wow.
also watched Goosebumps that time as well.
Oh yeah, Goosebumps.
Oh
The,
wait.
Gerald's Game is actually pretty good, but like it was
Speaking
kind of
of-
gross and a little scary.
Speaking of Goosebumps, I have a movie that traumatized me.
Oh.
Oh.
Do you guys remember R.L. Stein's The Haunting Hour?
Mm-hmm.
So there was one. It was a movie. It came out in like 2007. It was called The Haunting Hour. Don't think about it.
Definitely don't know it.
I remember one. I think it was who was it? It was Emily Osment, I think, and she played this like pretty goth girl. But I remember it being on TV one night, so I watched it, and literally the whole premise is that she finds this book called like The Evil Thing, and she's reading it to her little brother, and literally the whole premise is that if you think about the thing, then it'll come kill you. And then this like big goopy gross monster comes and steals the brother.
Oh man.
And then they have to like kill it or whatever, and then it ends with like the parents coming home and they burn the book, and then the parents find the book and they read it, and then the dad's like, oh, don't think about it, that's kind of hard, and then the movie just ends.
Oh,
And I remember
Wow.
watching that when I was like 7, and I was so traumatized by it that after I had to sit and watch Max and Ruby to get it off my mind.
Max
Classic.
and Ruby. Ruby
Yeah.
Max.
Okay.
that kind of reminds me of the Ghostbusters, the original one, because when they're facing that like oh, I forget his name, but like the big bad guy at the end of the first one, and they're like
Mhm.
choose whoever they're gonna fight, and then they were like, okay, don't think of
Yeah.
anything, and then she's like, it has been chosen, and then Ray's like, I'm sorry, it's the shape of Marshmallow Man. I just thought of it. I'm sorry. Anyways, yeah,
That's
Ghostbusters is also
fun.
good. I like Ghostbusters.
I really like Ghostbusters. All right. While we're on the topic of movies, I have one more movie related question to ask you fellas. Nightmare Before Christmas. Is it a Halloween movie?
I haven't seen it, so I don't have a say in this.
What?
I mean, technically it's Halloween themed, but it's a Christmas movie, isn't it?
I mean, I don't know.
I
See.
feel maybe it's more Halloween.
I always saw it as more of a. I know it's about Christmas, but I always personally saw it as more of a Halloween movie.
Yeah, me too. Like, it's definitely one that you can watch like around either time.
Yeah.
And I do think that it is like a more November movie, but I can also see it as more Halloween than Christmas.
Yeah. Exactly. Leaf, we're watching Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay.
Yes, honey.
I just thought of something while we're waiting.
Yes.
I really like the Scooby-Doo movies, The Goblin King and The Witch's Ghost. Mainly The Witch's Ghost because it has the Hex Girls.
Yeah. Oh, you need to talk
Yeah.
girls.
I love the Hex Girls so much. I can talk about that whenever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just tell me when and I will go off.
My favorite Scooby-Doo movie was always the Cyber Chase one.
Okay, Aaron, please agree with me on this. This Cyber Chase guy is hot.
It's hot? Yes!
Oh, thank God.
The virus guy?
Yes. Okay, I've told this to a few people and none of them have agreed with me so far, so thank you.
He's so hot. What the hell?
Wait, what's his name? I'll look him up and see if I agree.
Just look
I
up
don't know
like
if he has any-
Scooby-Doo Cyber Chase. He's the blue guy.
Yeah,
Guys
he's the
think Blue-
virus.
He doesn't even have facial features. He has eyes and a mouth.
No, he's got a sharp jawline.
Yeah, it's
Wait,
nice.
what movie was it again?
Cyber Chase.
Oh my lordy lord.
Come on. I remember one of the main reasons I liked Cyber Chase was just because there was one scene out of the whole movie where they were in dinosaur land, and I was obsessed with dinosaurs, so I was like, oh my god.
Oh my God, yeah, the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take a
I
picture
like that
of
scene
this.
where the two Velmas kiss.
What are you trying to say, Jillian?
I'm sending a picture of the Cyber Chase guy to the chat. Just give me 1 minute.
Okay. If you're
Yes. So
if you're, li-
Dee could judge.
if you're listening to this on Spotify, just look him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll agree.
I think I found a image of him on Google. He reminds me of Osmosis Jones.
Oh my god, you're right. No.
It's just like even the whole color scheme just reminds me of Osmosis Jones.
You mean blue?
Yeah, and the yellow kind of, and the teeth.
You guys are on something else entirely. I'm looking at him right now. I mean,
They even have like the same kind of smile too. What the?
I'm not surprised. Just disappointed.
He's hot.
Yeah. He's like,
Okay, wait, just give me
Yeah.
1 second so I can send the picture. But
Yeah.
no, just like look at him.
I saw.
He's kind of hot.
I will never agree. Okay, Aaron, you can wrap us up.
All right. Well, I think I think we've had enough simping for today.
Yeah.
This this was a lovely time, and I think it was a very spirited episode. We had a lot of good Halloween talks, a lot of new movie recommendations.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's Osmosis Jones.
Oh. So yeah, I agree with you.
Well, so yeah, there we go. I think this is it. We've had a lovely time. I hope you all, the audience, have a wonderful, happy Halloween. You know, get in your costumes, go have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Give some black cats a pet.
Especially mine.
Yeah. Hope everyone has a great time. Thank you for tuning in to Team Code Green on air. And hopefully we'll see you again soon, because let's be real, Team Code Red's never coming back. We're
Yeah.
here
Thank God.
forever. Farewell!